Hi guys, welcome to Olive Board. I hope all of you are well. Today is the second session of nouns, so we'll be discussing nouns in this video. But before that, I would like to take you through the courses that we have started at Olive Board. Meanwhile, the rest of you guys, please share the session so that others can join, like the session, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So I'm repeating, please share the session so that others can join. And meanwhile, I'll take you through the courses that we have started at Olive Board. So now that the SBI PO mains and IBPS PO mains results are out, we have started the personalized interview batch and you will be getting personalized mentoring in this course. Apart from that, you will have access to 20 plus hours of learning and practice. You will also get one-on-one interview experience with ex IBPS panel members. So the names of the IBPS panel members are mentioned here. These are the esteemed panel members of IBPS, and the SBI aspirants will also get GD sessions because SBI conducts GD sessions. So you will be getting GD practice also in this course. Make sure that you enroll as soon as possible. The course has limited seats. It's called Personalized Interview Batch for SBI and IBPS exams. Now, guys, I want all of you to share the session so that as many people can join, right? Share the session with your friends. Quickly share the session and then we'll start our topic for the day, that is nouns. We'll be discussing nouns further and we'll also revise what we have already discussed in the previous class. So this is another course that Olive Board has come up with, the SBI Clerk 2021 selection batch, and you can quickly take a screenshot. These are the features of the course. So take a screenshot, go through the screenshot if you wish to. You can also use this code launch in order to get rupees 1000 off on the course. So quickly take a screenshot, make a note of it if you are appearing for SBI Clerk 2021. The course is called Selection Batch. And apart from that, we have also come up with the ECGC PO Cracker course. These are the features of the course. So you can quickly take a screenshot and go through the features again after the session is over. You can use this code get20 in order to get 20% off. So use this code get20. The code is get20 to get 20% off and enroll as soon as possible. Now guys, I want all of you to share the session so that others can join and then we'll quickly start our session for the day. So the course is called SSC Foundation course. I am conducting classes for this course every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Right, so we are having classes of this course every Monday, Wednesday and Friday on Olive Board's SSC RRB channel at 6 p.m. So the classes are taking place at 6 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and we are discussing the basic concepts of English grammar. So make a note of it that we are discussing basic concepts of English grammar, and these concepts will come in handy when you are preparing for your upcoming SSC exams, that is your SSC CGL and CHSL. Today we are discussing the topic nouns, and today is day 2 of nouns. So we have already discussed a few things about nouns and today is day 2. Make sure that you should watch the previous video if you haven't already. Go through the previous video quickly after this session is over. In this session, we will be discussing nouns and the various categorizations of nouns, the rules associated with it, and we'll also see a few questions and correct usage. So guys, quickly share the session so that we can start. I welcome all of you to Olive Board. Good evening guys. Welcome to Olive Board. So this is going to be a recorded session. If you do have doubts, please leave your doubts in the comments section after the session is over. I'll make sure that all your doubts are answered. We are discussing nouns today and today is day 2 of nouns, right? So let us quickly revise what we have already discussed in nouns. So we have discussed what are nouns. We have described nouns. We have discussed it broadly as to what are nouns. So let us see what are nouns. A noun is a word that is used to name something such as a person, a place, a thing or an idea. So nouns क्या है? किसी भी चीज़ का नाम, मतलब कि किसी पर्सन का नाम, प्लेस का नाम, थिंग का नाम या किसी आइडिया का नाम नाउन है. सो किसी भी चीज़ का नाम जो है वो नाउन है, राइट? Now, let us look at a few examples of nouns. Abraham Lincoln, United States of America, India, boy or a man, president, amusement park, or planets. So, these are all nouns and these are different types of nouns. So, Abraham Lincoln is a proper noun We have discussed it in the previous class. What is the difference between proper nouns and common nouns? Quickly watch that video if you haven't already after this session is over. Today we'll be discussing new categorization of nouns, right? So proper nouns, Abraham Lincoln is a proper noun. Why? Because it is the name of a person. Similarly, United States of America and India are also proper nouns. Why? Because these are the names of the countries. Boy or a man is a common noun. President is again a common noun. Amusement park is a common noun. And similarly, planets are also common nouns. So we have discussed what is a noun. A noun is a name of something such as a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. Now let us quickly go through the classification of nouns, that is what categories can nouns be classified into. We have already discussed the first category, that is proper nouns and common nouns. Today we'll be focusing on countable and uncountable nouns. Again, as I mentioned in the first session, you do not need to memorize the names of these categories. That is, you do not need to memorize what are proper nouns, what are common nouns, or for that matter, what are countable or uncountable nouns. As you go through these sessions and as you go through these series, you'll know these categories by yourself, right? So no need to memorize these. I'll help you through your preparation process, right? Now let us discuss the difference between countable nouns and uncountable nouns, and let us quickly have a look at the rules associated with these nouns. So countable nouns are for things we can count using numbers. So anything that we can count using numbers, like children, ice cream, or for that matter glasses, anything that we can count can be classified as countable noun, right? So countable nouns are for things that we can count using numbers. They have singular and plural form, and singular form can use the determiner or the articles a or an. So when you say a book, you mean that this here refers to a countable noun. Books can be counted, right? And similarly, when you say an apple, so apples can also be counted in numbers, right? Similarly, the second point says countable nouns answer to the question how many. So whenever you are confused as to what can be a countable noun or what cannot be a countable noun, if you are confused somehow, just ask the question how many. If you get the answer in a number, if you get a number as answer, if you ask how many apples and you get the answer as 4 apples, so this means that apples are countable. But when you say how many tea, when you ask this question how many tea, you will not get the answer in case of numbers, you will get the answer in case of quantity. So this here cannot be answered, so tea here is uncountable, right? This here is uncountable noun. This can be qualified as uncountable noun, right? Now let us see what are uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are for things that we cannot count with numbers. So this becomes obvious. Countable nouns can be counted in numbers. Uncountable nouns cannot be counted in numbers. They may be the names of abstract ideas or qualities or physical objects that are too small or amorphous to be counted. For example, liquids, powders, or gases. So anything that is liquid, for example milk or water, that cannot be counted but it can be measured, comes under uncountable nouns. So uncountable nouns can be names of abstract ideas or qualities, or they can be physical objects, but physical objects, those physical objects which can be measured, they cannot be counted. So milk cannot be counted, guys, and your talcum powder cannot be counted. These can be measured in quantities, right? So make sure that you make a note of how you can classify or how you can differentiate between countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Now the last point says uncountable nouns are used with a singular verb. We will look at examples of this, so do not worry about it. We'll look at examples wherein we can differentiate as to what and how to use countable nouns. Now let us switch to the difference between these with the help of examples. So here the first example says 1 liter milk. Now you might notice that this here is indicating a number, right? This here is a number, 1 is a number. But notice 1 is being followed by liter. Liter represents quantity. So guys, this here represents quantity. The fact that it can be measured in quantity and not in numbers. You do not say one milk, but you can say one packet of milk. Why? Because packet can be counted, but the milk in the packet cannot be counted in numbers, right? So milk becomes uncountable because you cannot count milk, you can measure it, right? Now try to understand the difference. When you say 20 children, you can count those children. You can count the heads, you can count the names. So you can count 20 children. Similarly, when you say tea, you cannot count the tea, but you can measure it. 1 kg tea, half a gram tea. So you can count tea, but you can not count tea. So this here becomes uncountable, right? But you can measure tea. Similarly, the last example says one tea bag. Now you can count a tea bag, one tea bag, two tea bags, or a packet of tea bags containing 10 tea bags, right? So you can count tea bags, but you cannot count the tea in tea bags. You can measure the tea in tea bags. So understand the difference. There is a difference between measuring and counting. Measuring will give you quantity, but counting will give you an exact number, that is 20 children or 1 tea bag, 10 tea bags, etc. Now, let us look at sentences so that this idea or this concept becomes clearer. You can understand it better. Rules associated with countable and uncountable nouns. Let us look at the rules and we'll also look at examples or sentences, right? So the first rule here says, now guys, I cannot provide you the PDF and I cannot provide you the written notes of this. So I want you to take a pen and a paper and make a note of the rules that we are discussing here. And I do not want you to memorize these rules. Just quickly go through the rules once this session is over, right? Or maybe you can watch the video again so that you know that what needs to be memorized or what needs to be kept in mind, right? So the first rule here says countable nouns have singular and plural forms. Countable nouns have singular and plural forms. Let us see. The countable noun boy can be written as a boy and it has the plural form boys. So three boys. Countable nouns always have plural forms. Let us look at more examples. When you say an apple, and then you say three apples. So three apples indicates that apples are countable. So this here has a plural form, right? Now uncountable nouns have only one form, that is they do not have a plural form. Let us look at an example here. The first example says butter. So butter in the plural form remains butter. Similarly, tea in the plural form remains tea. Similarly, milk in the plural form remains milk only. You never say milks. Milks is incorrect. Milk is correct. So, milk always remains milk in plural form, right? Now, let us see another rule. The second rule says countable nouns can use singular and plural verb. So, let us see. This should be countable nouns can use singular or plural verb. I hope you guys are making notes. I want all of you to share the session with your friends. Guys, I see not many of you have shared the session. So please share the session. I'll wait for you guys to share the session and like the session if you like the content and if you like the rules that I get for you. So please like the session and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, guys, right? So let us continue now. Countable nouns can use singular and plural verbs. Let us look at the example. So the book is lying on the table. Now book here is a singular noun. It is a singular subject and it is being followed by a singular verb, right? Similarly, the books are lying on the table. So books here is a plural noun and it is being followed by a plural verb. So according to the rule of subject verb agreement, we see that countable nouns can be followed by singular or plural verb based on the subject of the sentence, that is based on the order of the noun. If the noun is singular, the subject will be singular. If the noun is plural, the verb will be plural, right? So subject verb agreement indicates that the order of the noun or the subject must be same as that of the verb. Please make a note of it. I'll wait for you to make a note of it. And if you want me to repeat, I'll repeat. The rule of subject verb in agreement in case of countable noun indicates that the order of subject as well as the order of the verb must be the same. That is, if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular, and if the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. Now let us look at the second rule associated with uncountable nouns. So uncountable nouns cannot use a, an, or a number before them. So uncountable nouns cannot use uncountable nouns cannot use a, that is the article a, an, or a number before them, right? Let us look at examples. You never say a rice. The example a rice is incorrect. You only say rice, right? So you never say a rice. The usage a rice is incorrect. A plate of rice is definitely correct. A plate of rice is correct. Why? Because plates are countable again. If you ask how many plates, you get the answer in a whole number, right? So a plate of rice is correct, but a rice is incorrect. Secondly, a butter. You never say a butter, but then you can say a stick of butter. So sticks of butter can still be counted, but butter in itself cannot be counted. So you never use articles or you never use a number before uncountable nouns. So guys, this brings us to the end of the session for today. We'll solve exercises based on countable and uncountable nouns in the live class that I'll be conducting on Monday. So make sure that you tune in on Monday at 6 p.m. on Olive Board's RRB SSC channel. So make sure to tune in on Olive Board's SSC RRB channel. That is the channel that you are watching right now. So the class will take place on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I hope you liked the session, guys. Please like the video if you liked the content that I brought in for you. Subscribe to the channel if you wish to get regular updates about the content that I get for you. And share this video so that others can also watch and others can also benefit. With that, I'll end the session. Keep practicing and keep revising the rules. Thank you and have a nice day.